morning.
There is an accident down the road.
So where can I take you today?
Driving a taxi is just the same in many respects as running any other small business. Small businesses offer special services to different sections of the client base to gain customer loyalty, to get repeat business, and to build a good reputation, all of which maximises income. People with disabilities rely very heavily on other people for transport. Taxis form a significant part of these services, and as pressure on other accessible transport increases, there's a growing market for the taxi industry. Many people have disabilities that restrict their mobility. Sometimes it is only a temporary condition. Sometimes a disability is obvious, but just as often it's difficult to see that the customer is disabled at all. Some disabilities that are less obvious at first are such things as epilepsy, partial blindness, deafness, severe arthritis, rheumatism, and many other medical conditions. Most of these people will not require any special assistance. Simply showing patience, good humour and care is all that is necessary. Always be ready to assist, but don't press it unless it actually is required. But there are situations for which you will need skills.
Good morning.
People who have Down syndrome, who use mobility aids such as walking frames and wheelchairs, and blind people who may be using a cane or a guide dog. It is important to understand that physical disability does not equate to mental impairment. Unfortunately, this is a common misconception and is usually based on a person's severe speech impairment. These people will usually have normal intellectual abilities.
Where would you like to go, sir?
Social Sciences Building, University of Queensland, please.
They just have difficulty getting the words out.
That's the Social Sciences Building at the University of Queensland?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you comfortable?
Yes.
All right, then off we go then.
It's not unusual for drivers inexperienced in working with customers with disabilities to be apprehensive and see them as a potential threat or a problem. People with disabilities know their own condition and are fully aware of their own needs. They have developed ways of coping with their own problems and will have taken them into account well before they get into a taxi. Passengers with a speech impairment may talk you through a communication board, while customers who are deaf may use a pre-prepared card. Customers with disabilities do need consideration. As well, you have a legal obligation to provide reasonable assistance. Remember that reasonable assistance can require some extra physical exertion on the driver's part. For the most part, a caring attitude, communication skills and patience will overcome any difficulties. Treat them as you would any other valued customer. Communication is more than simply talking. It is a two-way exchange of ideas, with understanding the message every bit as important as speaking it. Use the ask, listen and confirm approach, and that way you'll be sure to have understood important directions, whether it be the address you're going to or how to fold up a particular type of wheelchair.
Where would you like to go, sir?
University of Queensland, please.
That's the Social Sciences Building at the University of Queensland?
Yes, thank you.
Often the people with more serious disabilities, such as quadriplegia and cerebral palsy, require greater skills and assistance. Wheelchair-accessible taxis are needed for transporting these customers. Remember, it will be your professionalism that will make the difference to the quality of service these people receive. Wheelchair-accessible taxis begin their life as a regular passenger van, with the modification of a wheelchair hoist, special anchor points for wheelchairs, and quickly removable seating. These vehicles are designed for a wide range of mobility devices used by people with disabilities. Drivers will require training in the assisting of these customers. Drivers issued with a licence for these special vehicles will have a primary obligation to transport people with disabilities. Remember that the safety of your customer is in your hands from the moment you assist them on the hoist until you say goodbye.
Going off the hoist.
Your skill in operating the hoist, securing the wheelchair to the vehicle, driving safely, and finally unloading are all important to ensuring a safe and comfortable ride for your passengers. Passengers with disabilities are just another client group, but a group which may have special needs, which require you to show care, patience, and principles of humanity, which should be an integral part of being a professional taxi driver. It's a group which more than anything emphasises that driving a taxi is not just providing transport. It's a service industry which relies heavily on customer satisfaction for its very existence.